Lou, take it away.
Okay. Yes, hi everyone. It's my pleasure to actually team up with Terry. And I am a physician. I'm in my 50s. I'm 57 years old this year. And I am a integrative internist. I would say truly holistic medical doctors are not very common. Let me tell you why. Because it is very easy for physicians to deal with illness and symptoms. And we have lots of technological breakthroughs to deal with symptoms and chronic disease. And I was 42 years old, like 15 years ago, came down with autoimmune disease. And also a lot of endocrine disruptors are, hammering on my body until I was 42 years old. It doesn't do it in one day. And I learned through the understanding of environmental medicine and endocrine disruptors, one of the biggest one is actually sunscreen. Sunscreens, many of them, the chemical ones particularly, are testosterone blockers. Therefore, they are endocrine disruptors. A pregnant woman, a man who is ready to be a dad, have these things slobbering all over their body, are disrupting their endocrine system. Endocrine disruptors are the #1 cause of obesity in this country, also autoimmune disease, Parkinson's, and you name it. And I didn't know that, right? So a lot of people, I used to use the regular, the regular conventional chemical sunscreens. Why? Because I become a bicyclist when I was in my 30s. I'm 57 now. I love to ski. I love to bike for hours at a time. And that is my mental relief from stress, right? So over the years, I didn't realize I was actually slobbering endocrine disruptors on my body. Now, the problem is people say, well, Dr. Lu, you don't look so fat. Well, you don't understand, because a lot of people gaining weight actually is to protect themselves from endocrine disruptors. Talking about endocrine disruptors, we have the oil company here now to to fill up our oil. So let me move a little bit. So the key thing is, when you find a sunscreen, you need to make sure there's no chemicals, right? But then I learned from Dr. Plurt that the large nano zinc and nano mineral sunscreen are also not that great for your mitochondria, particularly for the ocean. And that's where, when I met Dr. Terry's group, and they are showing me with their discovery, their patent on the Love Sun Body, I had extensive discussion between myself, Dr. Plurt, and Terry about, at this point in life, we really cannot afford to wait for the best sunscreen. And this is the best we can do right now. And I'm sure Terry can share with us, why it took them so long, and why, as a chiropractor, right? Terry, are you a medical doctor?
Right. My background is in chiropractic.
And why he decided to do this. So I really want to share with people, this is a sunscreen I will use. I'm going to be about climb up Mount Shasta in my bike. And it's going to take me 2.5 hours for sure, up and down in the sun, highly solar radiated area. Why this is a sunscreen I use with confidence. So back to you, Terry.
Dr. Lu, thank you so much. I'm Dr. Zickerman, CEO and founder of Love Sun Body. And Dr. Lu, it's a pleasure to be talking with you today. And I hope you enjoy your ride later today. And I'm so happy that you're using our sunscreens and recommending them to all of your patients. So when my family and I were visiting Point Pleasant Beach in New Jersey back in 2012, we started talking about sunscreens and why we couldn't find a natural sunscreen that was both truly effective as well as 100% natural. That didn't exist at the time. And we said, well, why don't we go to the store and see what we can find? So we went over to one of the retail drugstores, and we start looking at, bottles and tubes of sunscreen, and we're seeing chemical sunscreens, and we're turning over, reading the ingredients, and we see in the active ingredients, oxybenzone, octinoxate, homosaline, and we knew these were all endocrine disruptors, and we knew that, you know, they don't use necessarily one filter because it doesn't really cover the UV spectrum, UVA and UVB, so they use a lot of these different chemicals. And then in the inactive ingredients, which is actually the lotion, most of these sunscreens are also formulated with all synthetic chemical ingredients, silicone, dimethicone, there's pesticide ingredients and preservatives that are not natural. So we said, okay, well, let's look at what the mineral sunscreens have to offer. And then we're looking at the mineral that say natural on the front of them, but turn them around, you may see zinc, you may see titanium, but it's usually the nano, like you said, the small micronized particles, which are not safe for the oceans, not safe for coral reefs. And also there's an issue of basically, you know, EWG is not really concerned as much anymore for humans, but what happens to these nano-sized particles in the environment. But as well, most of these natural micronized sunscreens have silicones and dimethicones as well. And typically there's not enough mineral in there to make them truly effective SPF protection. Because in America, we have SPF protection, which is UVB protection, but it doesn't say anything about UVA, which is what broad spectrum on the label says. Most American sunscreens have very little UVA. And what we did was we did research and development for 6 years to come up with a truly effective, 100% natural product that's non-nano, so the particle sizes are larger, but we use plant-based ingredients as the inactive. So we have a truly 100% natural sunscreen, which is effective. It meets the European requirements for UVA protection. It meets the FDA monograph requirements for UVB, and it's all 100% natural. So here, we've developed a solution that is both truly safe, truly effective. It's safe for humans, it's safe for the environment, it's safe for the coral reef and all of the flora and all of the fish and mammals in the ocean. And it really is the best solution today for both humans, for adults and children. And you mentioned, you know, you're going to be going on your bike ride. You've worn the sunscreen when you sweat. There's no eye stinging ingredients because there's no synthetic ingredients.
Oh, that's fantastic, Terry. And I think that I also just want to tell everyone, I don't get paid for doing this. And I just feel this is my journey. I have no financial connection with the Love Sun Body Sunscreen. So that's very important. And for athletes, I definitely want to encourage athletes to choose green, truly green product, detoxify your body, because just because you're out there exercising, in today's world, we're exposed to more toxins. And this is one you don't have to use. You can use the Love My Sunscreen, Love Sun Body for your protection. And I think it's also good for the environment. So thank you so much, Terry. And
Well,
I hope
Dr.
we
Lu,
can have
thank
more
you as well.
conversations.
Anybody who's interested could read more about Love Sun Body on our website, lovesunbody.com. That's LOVESUNBODY.com. We do sell the product at Love Sun Body, at Credo Beauty, Faux Lane, Detox Market, Pharmaca throughout California, and as well Amazon. So anybody who's interested can pretty much pick it up the same day or have it shipped to them as well. And for any questions, please feel free to email us at inquiries@lovesunbody.com. We love talking to our clients. The formulas are safe for babies. You should keep babies out of the sun until they're at least 6 months or older. But for all of the formulas that are on the market, we make the cleanest for babies and adults product that is on the market globally today.
Thank you so much for your hard work and continuous research to provide healthy sun protections. Thank you so much.
Dr. Lu. and we'll talk with you soon.
Okay, have a beautiful day.
Have a great ride.
Okay, thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers. Okay. So I think that's good.